Pin him. Add pin him. Well, switch it up.
What's it gonna be?
I believe in no one.
You believe in no one. Okay.
So who do you believe in?
Who do you believe in then? Huh? No, he was gonna go for Virtus.pro. We are gonna find out who is gonna take this second and already last game here today for the SRG Dream League. It is over to OD Pixel and Gods.
Prepare for battle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SRG Dream League casting desk. I'm Bo2. I'm here with Gods. We're ready to take you through the second game of the only series today. It's VP versus Abfinum. The drafts have been completed, and so Lil, the man on the purge last game, this time he'll be running around the map on an axe. And Abfinum, some similarities last game. You've still got MNT on the bounty, but this time it's like Madara, Ursa, and of course eyes are going to be on Thug in that mid lane, Timbersaw as well. I mean, what do you think about this? Again, is this... Do you feel VP's game, or do you think Advenom have got a bit of a better chance?
I'm liking what Advenom have. Madara's Ursa has been very scary, historically speaking, when we've seen him. Invoker is not going to like completely crush it. Timbersaw mid necessarily. I think Thug can actually do alright there with the reactive armor early on, and he's going to get some help, of course, from the MNT bounty hunter. So I think Advenom have really drafted to their comfort zone. They have some alright heroes to deal with the drow strat. VP themselves, I think the Legion pick is maybe just saying a bit of a, I guess, maybe a bit experimental. Of course, the hero good against Batrider, being able to purge off the lasso, and has some other kind of utility as far as initiation duel with Sunstrike, very good. So both teams have drafts that can work. It's just going to come down to execution, hitting their timings, and how some of the smaller early game laning stage stuff is going to go down.
Looks like this game will have a bit more of a quiet opening bounty rune.
Yep.
Initiation and such. Thug. She's going to go for the bounty, the TP mid to get the block. He's going to miss one of the creeps, but he will get the rest of them.
Invoker's being found by the bounty early on, so Bounty Hunter's getting in some good harass here. We'll get Invoker down to like half HP. Forces the Invoker to get Quas level 1. Possibly no one was going to go Quasworks anyway, so it doesn't really matter there. But definitely not the ideal level 1 if you're going Exort. And to me, it looked like an Exort Invoker based on the Shadow Demon and the Legion Commander, 2 setup spells. Oh, solo. Is he in trouble here? Reactive armor. That's not a thing. But we may actually see Quasworks Invoker. Quasworks Invoker becomes a lot more viable and strong with the Drow Aura. You've got some good solo kill potential when you get that like Tornado EMP with the Orchid. You ghost walk around, find kills for your team. So we'll see what no one does when he hits level 2.
And this lane up top, I mean, Lil, do you think he's going to stick around here? Does Pasha need him in the lane? Is this just the play from Lil on his axe just to be incredibly aggressive?
Yeah, he's, with the 2v2 lane, this is a lane which VP perhaps have a even matchup, even slight edge, as we can kind of see them. They're kind of bullying the Ursa a little bit. Pasha without CSing Madara for now. As soon as the axe leaves the lane, then they can start trying to zone the Legion a bit. But even just giving Legion that early bit of CS can make a nice little difference. Oh, what a play. Finds him trying to suicide. He did that without the Observer Ward as well. He'd actually been de-warded there, but he finds him anyways for the kill.
Alright, nice little play from MNT. Meanwhile, mid lane though, Thug getting harassed down very low by no one. He's got a salve. But still, this mid lane, 6 for 4 against the 3 for 2. It's a tough lane for the Timber, proving out to be.
It'll get easier now that Invoker's used up his entire mana pool.
Yeah.
And Invoker hasn't got a huge edge as a result of using that mana. But I think Invoker's not really CSing well either.
Top lane. Trudge going on to Lil, get a few of the...
He may go down here, that's a boost Ursa.
Yeah, Lil is still playing around with this quite riskily indeed. A Fairy Fire's not going to keep him alive, he's down. And Pasha himself...
overwhelming odds.
Very useful spell.
Yeah, it's a ton of movement speed out of that.
And bottom lane.
Okay.
Yeah, Ramses is in there as the back comes in too deep.
Nice play.
He was looking for the kill onto the Shadow Demon. Managed to get him very, very low. But VP able to get themselves onto the map there with their first kill of the game.
Yeah, level 2 on the Ice Arrows, helping secure that kill.
And Solo.
That's an odd play. That's a misclick kind of play, I imagine. Interesting. Or he's smoking to actually go get some wards down. That's the other consideration.
He could do, yeah, with his last bit of life.
Coming out to suicide, so...
Okay. Smoke and go suicide. Next level plays.
Gets him there faster.
The mid lane, the matchup, I think as you kind of expect, as you said, no one out of mana. it's totally turned around for Thug. He's picked up the CS. He's now ahead of the Invoker. Thug's having a much better time now in this mid lane.
Invoker now gets a Clarity out as well as finds a DD rune, so we'll swing back a bit in his way potentially. But his Clarity gets cancelled very early, so won't actually get the full mana pull back up to use like a Tornado EMP combo.
Bottom lane MNC.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. That's 4 stacks. He just needs a flame break. This is looking like it's a kill on Ramses.
Yeah, Ramses is going to tick out for sure. He's got the stick charges. It's not enough to keep him alive. Solo trying to find something in return, looking towards MNT. I don't know, won't quite have the damage. They had Venom. 3 for 1 at the moment. This early game going a lot better than it was in game 1 for them against VP.
Yeah. Doing well in the laning stage, not the Ad Venom classic by any means, only an area where they sometimes struggle, but they've done a really good job with the rotations from the bounty, finding kills at bottom. The Quaswex Timbersaw just not quite as potent as some. Quaswex Timbersaw. Yeah, not quite as dominating in the lane, perhaps, as what you'd hope for, and as a result, yeah, Thug's doing fine.
Yep.
Safe lane's doing fine. They're getting kills. They've got a kill in the off lane now, so yeah, across the board, Ad Venom doing well. Still early days, though.
It is. And just the fact that this game, obviously, Lil on the axe rather than the Purge, he's just been unable to do as much as he did in game 1, really. He was still put a bit of pressure up on the top lane, but now he's started to move around, just get his tranquils complete. And we'll see if he does indeed continue to put pressure on, or if we're going to start to see him try and farm towards the Vanguard or the Blink, whichever he wishes to go for.
Yeah, I thought he might fall back into the jungle at some point, but he hasn't gone for an Iron Talon. Picked up an early Windlace, which is perhaps a bit more unusual. And also slows down your tranquils, but Lil wanted to just buy whatever cheap, cost-effective items he could fit in there. He has been scouted now by a bounty hunter.
I look for just a bit of harassment onto Skylark. And they did scan, and bounty did walk under initially.
They've got dust now, though, hoping he'd walk back in.
Yeah. And he's just playing it smart. Meanwhile, top lane, Pasha getting in aggressive with Spartan, but Madara's going to be there to fend the Legion off. Pasha up on this top lane. He's been able to find a bit of CS, 20 for 0. But of course, by the looks of it, just not really being able to slow down the Ursa's farm at this stage of the game. Yeah,
absolutely. It can be very annoying that overwhelming odds does quite a fair chunk of damage. But that's really just what it is. A bit of nuisance with the Dazzle heals. Ursa's managed to free farm more than alright down here.
MNC just stopping Lil from mid-out to pull the creep wave. Back towards the mid again. Thug being harassed down fairly low. We're seeing with the EMP, it looks like they've managed to take Thug's mana right out of the picture.
He's going in for not a kill, really, I don't think. Very aggressive Soul Ring play.
Let's see if he gets... It looks like, reactive armor's going to be enough here, the 2 points.
Yep. Again, more mana being expended by no one, and Timbersaw has decent HP regen with Soul Ring and the reactive armor, so he's tanking the creep wave, maintaining that reactive armor.
Skylark looking for Solo. They're going to be a call onto MNT. MNT trying to get himself up, but he has been dusted. He'll go down. So VP find one. Skylark did manage to find the Shadow Demon. He's now trying to look for Ramses as well, but Skylark's got to be careful. He's in the neighborhood. He's trying not to take as much damage as he can from the Firefly. Just kiting it out. Now with the call, controls Skylark, and VP, they'll claim 2 from this trade.
Yeah. Skylark kind of chasing as if that Firefly was never going to work. He's like, I'm damn slow here, but I've got 4, 5, 6 napalm charges stacking up. Let's just keep chasing, but that doesn't really work when your Firefly wears off.
We're seeing a very nice use of the setup there. The disruption into EMP, rendering Thug with no options for escape.
Yep.
And no one, he's aggressively, he's getting a lot done with this Quaswex build. He is making the lane harder for Thug than it was to open up with. We saw Thug kind of catch up, but now one rotation from a Shadow Demon can cause the end of his life. Bottom, MNC looking for Lil. Looks like the Battle Hunger speed will allow Lil to get himself away safely.
Yep. Lil gets out, which is a nice save for him. He can go back, even finish that Iron Talon if he wants. He's going to keep buying dust though, so he wants to stay and remain present in this bottom lane, I imagine, or at least follow the bounty hunter around. And so far he's had a lot of success in game 1. We saw him able to somewhat negate MNT's early game presence, and here again in game number 2 he's trying to see what he can do.
Thug coming in with a good bit of burst onto no one. MNT eyeing him up from the sidelines.
And if he can get in from behind, that could be big, and actually it's a straight solo kill.
Just, with a straight-up outplay, no one. Just getting he's just absolutely underestimated what Thug could do there.
Yep.
Standing too close.
Or expected to be able to dodge one of the Chakram. That's always the big thing when you're laying against Timbersaw or playing against him. The Chakram's one of those, not easy to dodge spells, but definitely possible to dodge spells. Thug outplaying him. Level 4 Timber Chain as well, doing a lot of damage. And Thug's possibly looking to go aggressive once again.
And with Pasha turning towards the jungle, you look to the top lane, Ursa's getting a lot of space. Bottom lane.
It's a hasted bat, but looks like he was
They do have a lot of potential. The disruption into duel. The Skylark actually playing his way to outside. Now he's come back too close. He's coming too close. Pasha will move in. Won't actually go for the duel because backup's there. Thug turning up to the fight. They have the last one to Pasha. They'll burst down the Legion. MNT in trouble. They'll lose him, but Thug picks up a double as he comes in for more. Ramsey's not back by the flame break. Skylark out of mana. One more touch should do it with a poison touch from the Dazzle. They should find the Drow Ranger. VP are looking to turn it. Ramsey's that poison touch stick damage, it is going to be enough, but they do get the bat in return. So again, I believe it ends up a 2-for-3 trade, but it's still great for Adfinum. Madara's getting more and more space on the top lane.
Yeah, doesn't even have to come to the fights. He's just free farm away at top lane. We'll see if he goes for the fast Mask of Madness or opts for like a faster Blink Dagger, but we're seeing a lot of that Mask of Madness build, which is normally where you get the Mask of Madness, you go down bottom, take Roshan, and then meet up with your team to make some plays happen. Question is if VP are in a position to contest Rosh. Quaswex Invoker good at fighting early, so potentially gives them the option to do so, but trying to contest Rosh against the bounty who's scouting you out is going to be very tricky.
Yeah, MNC at the moment in the mid lane just trying to find his way to level 6. Just have to be careful.
Yep.
Sentry will be dropped. MNC. Yeah, just hanging around, not looking to reveal himself at the moment. Bottom lane, Thug setting a camp down it, may get a bit of pressure put onto the bottom tower. Obviously, one of the things really that Adfinum's lacking this game, they don't have a lot of tower push.
Yeah, they really want to prioritize getting kills. Bat, Ursa, Timbersaw, these are all kind of hero-killing specialists, but definitely not heroes you expect to be able to break buildings with, so they want to try and really snowball off of this good laning stage they've had.
Look at Madara. He's going to swipe and run. Doesn't want to commit to that.
Yep. Is knowing that he has his Mask of Madness. Hasn't TP bottom yet for Roche, but possibly recognizing that doing that against a Quaswex Invoker is a very dangerous proposition.
Yeah, absolutely. VP with a lot of potential to turn it around if they get the chance.
Yeah. And for now, I think Adfinum just thinking like, oh, the lane stage is going all right for us. Let's wait for a pick, perhaps, try and use our first smoke to make something happen. Barret's Blink Dagger is still a bit of a ways off, so he's just going to chill in the jungle for now.
And it looks like neither team really looking to do anything drastic. Nice bit of a combo there for no one.
That's annoying. For a bounty, doesn't have any mana regen. We'll pretty much have to go Suicide or back to Fountain just because of one combo, which frees up the map a bit. It's one of those things where he's not even looking for a kill there. He's just looking to take Bounty out of the game for the next 60 seconds. Bounty will stay mid just because he really wants that level 6, so because of that, it's not too damaging for MNT.
Oh, it could be a Roche attempt from Madara. He comes across, they know that they've got good vision control around the pit outfit. They've already managed to take down the wards off the high ground of VP, and they'll head into the pit.
And they also had eyes on Lil not long ago. They saw he's low, so they realized there's no Ursa in the mix. Sorry, Ursa, there's no Axe in the mix. Ursa's in the Roche pit as they try and make this move in here, which looks like to me it's going to be uncontested. It's kind of very high risk, medium reward for a VP to try and stop Ursa taking this Roche. Chances are you get scouted and then you end up beating Roche and kills.
Yeah, very nice indeed for Adfinum. Getting objectives done this game. 8 for 6, still 12 minutes in. 2 highest net worth over on the side of Adfinum. Having a much cleaner opening here in game 2.
Got Track now too, so Track Ursa is going to be a beastly
scary
duo at this stage. Ursa not far from a Blink Dagger. May actually find Lil here in the jungle at top. Or Lil.
Oh, Lil indeed. There's not many ways he can play his way around this. Cool, still on cooldown.
The only way he had was that tree playing Ring Around a Rosie, and well, it got chopped down.
Yeah, and that is pretty much going to put Madara on the gold, on the money for the Blink Dagger to be complete. Bottom lane, an ambitious choice. Not going to get the dual win, but it does set up no one for the combo. Thug, he's going to get the armor back up from the Dazzle with the heal as well. Thug may just even live through this, and indeed he does. Nice focus spot, keeping Thug alive. Thug's out. So VP trying to use the duel to set up onto the timber, but it doesn't end up paying off. The top lane, there'll be a gust back from Ramses. It's not going to be enough to save his life, and another one going down.
Yep. Freshly picked up Blink.
Playing really nicely as a team, and the combos are there.
Yep. Madara's first Blink move is a big success. He gets a kill on a core and a tower out of it. Great save on the Timbersaw. Timber's level 11. He is really having a good start here. Ursa having just as good a one is level 11. Now with Blink, Mask, and Madness. He just picked up the Blink, already has 1,000 gold. Gets some extra mana from the Bounty Hunter, who's got the track coming into play. The Arcane Boots plus Earn is all he really needs as far as his early game core items go. And this is where Advenom can snowball off of getting a lot of kills if VP aren't careful.
MNT, bouncing here, eyes onto Skylar, Madara's there as well, jumps in immediately, that'll be another track kill. In fact, Dust comes out as well. The question is if it's actually going to spell disaster for MNT. He's looking for the TP out, he's going to be found out by the Colts now. They're going to get the dual win as well. I say more, I believe that was that the first dual win for Pasha this game? I believe so. Yeah, that was. So he finally gets that win.
Okay for MNT, trades 1-for-1 for his supports where he gets a track kill for his Ursa, so Ursa gonna be like telling us him like, yep, totally fine. We'll take that trade.
Look at this wraparound. They're not done. Blink dagger, and they come in again. And Thug now dominating. Taking down Invoker of all heroes as well. One of the big powerhouses that VP are relying on this game.
He wants it. He recognizes that Ramses is going for that ancient stack. Says, I will stop and shut that one down. For VP, it looks like the Lil Blink Dagger coming up at about 100 gold is going to be one of their key items to try and stop and deal with this Advenom aggression, but they've also got to wait for this Aegis to expire. It feels like they just don't have a good answer to Ursa, and with 2 lives, this next 2 minutes of the game while the Aegis is still up just seems to be a lost cause for VP.
Madara just running in at this stage again. There'll be a demonic poster holding back. Skylar jumping forward, trying to catch Solo off. He's going to have a flame break to knock him back here with the Chakram out as well. They'll take another. These fights great for Thug as well. He picked up the Bloodstone just before the Invoker kill, I believe, and now 14 charges. If Advenom keep winning these fights, it's going to be very hard for VP to come back into this one. This is great momentum for Advenom. Looks for the perfect heroes to do it with. VP indeed trying to lead in, going in onto Madara. Madara taunted, brought back. They'll take him down once, but he's got the Aegis. Pasha still benefits from the dual win, indeed up to plus 20. They'll try and kill him again. The Gust comes through early though from Ramses, and Madara will be allowed to blink out. They may even go back in. Spartan looking to get the poison push onto Lil. They've got the Grave, keeping Skylark alive. They do lose Dazzle. Madara, he's questioning whether he wants to go in on this. He's got eyes onto Lil, he'll jump in. He's going to look for the axe, pick off the cold snap, holding him back. It's a good flame break from Skylark. Will allow them to get the kill onto Lil. But at the same time, Madara, he's got to get himself back. In fact, with the enrage, he's trying to keep himself alive with the lifesteal. It's not going to happen though. They've lost the Ursa as well here. Advenom losing some key heroes. MNT is going to be lucky though. They don't have detection. The bounty will be out. But it's a big kill for VP there, taking down the Ursa.
Yeah, taking that fight without the Timbersaw around, they got caught out at the Ancients by VP, who commit their entire lineup to try and fight it. And I think at that point, if you're Advenom, if you want to fight post-Aegis, you've got to be making the call like, Timbersaw, come over here, we've got to fight. It's going to last a while. Because that fight went on for a good 60 seconds from the start of that first kill to the end of it. And that's where it feels like Advenom just didn't commit enough hero-wise to take that fight. Bounty admits being caught out by Invoker, but should be okay as he gets back to the high ground. VP just likely want to keep on fighting. They've got this great initiation that Lil can provide now, and Ramses is starting to pack a punch, has the Dragon Lance on his Drow Ranger, and will be completing a 4-staff Hurricane Pike fairly soon as well, so definitely a point of the game where VP, despite being down on the cause, can actually take fights. Ursa is going to get kited around by the Invoker. The Earn, Cold Snap, Tornado EMP, they've got the answers.
Another quick and easy pick off for Advenom. Showing their strength. I mean, if you send heroes out alone, Advenom will be able to rip them to shreds. A lot of single target.
And that's just that. You don't want to go out alone. If you're VP, you want to be playing that stick-together style of Dota here. That's where you're going to be at your strongest. Try and use your smokes now to get you caught up, but giving Thug more Bloodstone charges is one of the big things you just don't want to be doing.
So that spots in getting the poison out, but just have to be careful. I'm going to jump in from Madara of Skylark. Could cause issues, especially with the Basher now complete on the Ursa.
Looks like they were gunning for Lil up top. MNT TP to the tier 2, but he's already out of there, so Axe gets out. Advenom just going to fall back, play the farming game for a little bit now. perhaps learn a bit from their mistakes last game where they just tried to force fights a bit too much when they weren't really in fighting shape. Your Timbersaw has 3.2k gold. Let him finish an item also. Has a Blink. Level 13. Ursa has no more Aegis. Perhaps they'll fight around the next Roche pit. 2 to 5 minutes to go, but they're also dewarding the map. This early gem pickup for Skylark will deny and prevent VP's vision game, but I think VP, recognizing this is a problem, have actually smoked up, trying to find some ways to fight without vision.
See what they can do. Venom still hanging around, wanting to do something about this. Little Johnson gets the call off. On to Spartan. Spartan dropping low, dropping out.
That's VP okay for Venom. Yeah, that's just the Dazzle though, and that was a 5-man book. If they catch someone like the Batrider, take his gem, or if they catch someone like the Timbersaw who's in top lane, kill him plus take away Bloodstone Charge, it's a big win for VP. But killing only a 5-position Dazzle is not really all too influential. Does give them a bit of freedom to push out the lanes. They got another ward down near their Ancients, but realistically, Aspen look at that like, fine, we take that. We're not looking to push or fight anyways. We want to wait for that next Roshan, so losing a support to a smoke gank is not a big deal. Losing a Timbersaw on the other hand, something they don't want to let happen.
Pasha not quite yet with the Blink Dagger out. Yep. He's nearly got the money for it.
Looks like he can fall back to the fountain now and still have it in about 20 seconds time if he wants to. Bats swooped in again. I believe he knows there's a ward up here, but he needs to not get caught out, and that Shadow... Okay, yeah, he gets out just in time. He's seen the ward, but it's one of those things, you may know it's there, but you've got to find a way to de-ward it.
On top, Solo looking to lead the way, but Venom have backup. Solo's got to be careful how close he gets to get a nice 2-man gust, but Thug jumping in with the Chakram. Solo will be forced out to the side. Lil still trying to move forward. A good tornado from no one, catching 2 of them in the choke point. Looks to chase down Spartan and Skylark on the side to the left. They'll get the taunt onto the Timbersaw here, but Thug maybe has to play his way out now. Too much physical damage. The last right click flies through from Ramses, and again, Venom lose a second. VP starting to come out on top of these fights.
Yeah, they add Venom a bit of overconfidence or just not really all on the same page because they were trying to de-ward. They don't need to de-ward that unless they have 5 heroes ready to fight. Ursa was at bottom lane. He was trying to like find a pick off there or do something else that he wasn't really with his team for, and VP punished the fact that Ursa was bottom and they had a kind of essentially 5v4 fight. They break the Timbersaw's initial Bloodstone charges. He's down to just 9. They kill Dazzle again. Those kills are really starting to add up, and it was just a bit of greed from Venom trying to de-ward that cliff while farming at bottom with the Ursa. They're just trying to do too much.
Getting a call onto MNT here. MNT is going to try and play his way out. It's not going to happen. Pasha gets the jewel. That extra bit of bonus damage for him. A good chop by onto Lil from Thug. Brings him down relatively low. Pasha will go for the straight TP out, and he's going to make it. Nothing to cancel it. No one as well. And Lil, everyone's out on VP.
That was a buyback from MNT as well, so a lot invested there. It's worth buying back as bounty just to get your team that track goal. One of the heroes that really benefits from buying back early on as far as the team game goes, but again, costly. Venom are throwing away a lot of their early game lead. They still have an advantage here. They've still got the gem. They now finally get that D-ward off, and they're looking to force the issue here at this tower.
This fight could be nasty. Venom are going to lose their Ursa immediately on the front of this one. Grave ain't going to help you, son. And VP, they're going to chase down for more. Venom's got to be careful. They could certainly lose more on the back of this fight if they're not careful. Spartan straight out the north, but Lil has eyes onto him. Spartan, he's got the poison touch to slow Lil down a little bit, but it's not going to happen again with the jewel. Pasha starting to rack up the bonus damage. 48 now, he's getting the flow. Bottom lane, no one, finding a bit of a solo pickup onto Skylark. One more touch could do it. The tornado is not going to be on point. Skylark able to get himself out, but only just. And yeah, this is very worrying for Venom. We're seeing the last 2 fights go the way of VP as they're just playing it really nicely. Lil getting the lead in with the call. We're seeing the swing round, and at this rate, you know, Venom, we're seeing just kind of the uselessness of the Dazzle as well. Lil's always there with the dunks.
Yep.
It's getting harder and harder.
It was an 8k gold lead that Venom just threw away by fighting not really as 5, fighting kind of split up. They also just needed to wait for Roshan as well. Rosh is now back up, and taking all those fights without Aegis and Ursa just seems a bit unwise, considering that Ursa really needs a second life, considering how badly he gets kited. You mentioned the Quaswex Invoker has a bunch of tools. The Grave is unreliable. Shadow Demon with Demonic Purge as well, very good against the Ursa. We're seeing a different build from Solo. I mean, normally it's that Max Disruption build. He's gone for the Soul Catcher plus Shadow Poison. He's like, who am I making illusions of? Drow, yeah, kind of nice, but this burst damage is going to be maybe a bigger impact, he says. So he's taken a different approach to this game, and it's paid off so far.
And of course, just as the game goes on and on with the Midas on no one, this Invoker going to become very, very scary. And already with leading down bottom, Solo trying to get himself away. Thug has come in. Juke out the EMP. Advenom still wanting to fight here. Skylight with a vision from the tree line. He's going to jump in, catch Lil. Drags him back, but there's the purge. Pasha removes the lasso. Jump in again. Lil playing around with the taunt. Can't quite get the range onto Madara. Advenom backing off, but with illusions out, they've got the vision. And it certainly feels like VP still with a strategical high point. As indeed Advenom being very careful about how they're going from one. They're just going to back away, realizing that this is not the fight for them.
Yeah, VP just knew exactly what was going on. They had that high ground ward at the cliff, so it wasn't until after the fight that Advenom actually de-warded. And then they realized, like, oh, no wonder we couldn't find good pickoffs. They knew exactly where we were the entire time. This smoke, though,
It could be good.
yeah, can they get Lil?
Jump in immediately. Lil looking for the call. He's getting bashed up though. With the heal bomb, they'll take it. Advenom, pick off the axe, down for 45 seconds. That's it. A good kickoff to potential objective.
Bats looking for the Invoker. He's pinged out top as if saying like he's going to head up here to join Ramses for
And
the
they've got
split
the ward.
push.
They see them up here. They've got good vision at Advenom.
No one's already TPing though, and that's
He should be fine. Ramses, on the other hand, though, does not have a TP on him, and they should have spotted that through the ward, so they will indeed continue to chase him down. Now he picks up the TP, goes for the escape, and he's going to make it. He is going to make it. They can't get in. No chance for a bash or such.
Yep. This VP are just kind of outmaneuvering Advenom. Even as they give up a couple of kills, Advenom have to commit a smoke, and they're just being kind of running around on these wild goose chases, try and catch and pick off heroes who ultimately end up escaping there. Really feels like VP are playing some very elusive Dota at the moment, and all the better for them. They've got no one up to level 15 on his Invoker. He almost has completed an Aghanim Scepter. He's already got that first point in Exhort. I imagine we'll see him start building towards more of that Exhort style Invoker as this game drags on, and he's going to be a big problem for Advenom's lineup to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, it really just feels like as this game goes on, it's just only going to get harder and harder for Advenom. If you just consider the heroes of the lineup that VP has.
Do get a Yules on Timbersaw. Nice little catch spell. There's been a lot of just TP outs that they can't cancel. You look at their ability to stop TPs, it's like a Shuriken. Lasso is normally used to start of a fight, so if they TP after a Lasso, it's like there's nothing from Bat. There's only the Earth of Basher, really.
Jumping in, maybe a little bit of a... Oh no, I guess it works out because they get the chance for the MP to land through. Tornado, can they get the kill before the jewels over? They go!
They really want the Bat. He drops a gem, and they've got him.
Again, 2 big kills for VP. Did they actually get the jewel one on that?
He's got 62 damage, it looks like. I believe he did, but don't quote me on that.
He's only got the BKB as well. Pash, I mean, as we're seeing, just these fights, no one's Invoker. Very, very scary now that he has the levels to do as he pleases, really, in these engagements.
You look at some of the
nasty.
You look at the net worth of someone like a Legion, you're like, oh, he's only 7k net worth, but with all the dual damage he's got, the fast BKB, he's gonna be able to do a lot.
An interesting build as well from Ramses. He's got the axe. It's just something that we don't normally see Drows pick up this early on. It seems very kind of situational. Yeah,
it makes Drow very tanky as one of the main benefits right now. The split shot, of course, nice and all. As he's going to get caught out here. Should be okay. He's actually baiting a little bit for Lil, but yeah, that's not going to work. Lil tanks the Yule Scepter for him. Good guy. He actually couldn't TP right away. That's the benefit of this Yule Scepter on Thug, is he actually cancels TPs. He can go for kills by himself. And
he does have the gem.
Yeah.
That's the gem.
Oh.
He was carrying the gem.
Nicely found, Fred. I say found, it was kind of Lil who came to them, but yeah, this Yules is a fantastic pickup this game on Timber. It just gives them so much more ability for him to kill heroes, go in solo, and not have to have his teammates backing him up immediately. He can buy, because often if he goes in, he's got no back of this straight up TP.
Ooh, Solo looking to go in here. There'll be the MP to try and split up the fight from no one. He'll drop the ice wall. Back himself away, but Madara ready to jump in onto Solo. Pasha in the midst of it all, actually getting bashed straight up, but Ramses at the moment pushing them back. He's taken down the Aegis. He'll look to get the slows onto Thug. Thug's still got a bit of mana to play with. Looks like that'll be all.
That's 2 kills in a row found because of the Yule Scepter. It's really been the item for Advenom that has given them some hope and found them some momentum back in their favor as they kind of swing back towards top lane. You kind of highlighted how they don't push very well, and that's going to continue to be a problem for them. They've got a lot of nice items across their core heroes, but still no great ability to break buildings.
Yeah, look at the leading. Good reaction from Madara. Immediately blinking out. Spartan will get caught out though. In fact, he may be alright to turn around with the help of the team going in onto no one. They got the track out. Good disarm as they push him back. There's Disruptor to hold Ursa in place. Ursa actually turning, trying to help his teammate as he goes towards the Legion commander with the Sun Strike. They won't manage to win. In fact, Legion's going to be the one to die. They've lost Solo as well on the Shadow Demon at Finham. Finding two, maybe even more. Lil being bursted down. Skylark jumps forward, and again, Finham getting another. Big fight for Finham.
Thug's not done. Like, I'm on the high ground. Sure, guys.
He is a madman. Straight behind tier 4s here. Another one. Looking to turn onto Thug. Rams is moving forward as well, but look at Skylark. He could come in and try and help him out.
I want to say he's fine, but
I think he's likely. With the back of a Spartan, he's okay. Finham.
A weak plus 60 armor? Okay, that's Timbersaw, ladies and gentlemen.
What the hell?
Weave with reactive armor, okay. That physical damage, it's just kind of tickling.
My goodness.
I mean, Doug is playing a sick Timbersaw right now. He's the one who just blinked in the backlines there, and Invoker was completely alone at that tier 2 top tower because Thug was just zoning out the entire VP team. Legion Commander goes in, but again, he also didn't really have backup. He just had the Invoker next to him. And because of that, Batrider was able to get off a decent initiation. Was able to just get some damage off, didn't die right away. And yeah, Thug really the hero of these fights.
Yeah, I mean,
even though he's not involved in the kills, he's 6-2-2. He actually didn't really, I don't think he even got assists there, but yeah, it felt like he was doing a lot more than some of his teammates. And
with those kind of plays, it just goes to show that Finham can still take these team fights. Thug's in such a brilliant position. If they keep control of the Roche as well, continue to get the Aegis and Cheese next time round, they can still very much outplay VP.
And now that with the Acceptor on Ursa, that's going to be very helpful. He can just pop, it's lower downtime, he can pop to get rid of a Cold Snap.
Isn't going to get caught out by the call. Ramsey's hitting the Frost Arrows though. Skylark could be in trouble. They jump forward again and they'll get the bat. Quick dunk from Lil to finish off the job. The rest of them will get away.
I see that gem traded back.
Yeah.
That's a bit costly, but nice little rotation from VP to set that one up. Thug recognizing, like, alright, if I stick around, I'll probably just die, lose more Bloodstone charges. No good, let's get out. He's immediately back to that top lane. He is that top net worth hero that you don't want to mess with. Zhao now with a Maelstrom. Nice thing about this build is you do a lot of magic damage as well, which is going to help against that Timbersaw who's got 1 trillion armor, so this is a build that will help a lot there. And I mean, the Ags Maelstrom is that just classic farming, super pushing Drow Ranger that it's very difficult to deal with.
I mean, at this point as well, VP, we've seen most of the fights happen on VP's half of the map. Is that just because VP themselves are much more comfortable with Finham looking to fight them and then VP turning them around rather than VP actually getting aggressive themselves?
It's the nature of it. Finham's Lamp has to play aggressive. Like, they don't want to farm for the late game. Ursa is not going to scale amazing into the late game. He will do all right for now because he's top 2 net worth, but he's not a flash farmer. Ursa farms heroes, not creeps. Batrider's a hero, Batrider Bounty, these are also heroes that want to play aggressive. Even Timbersaw can kind of play the farming game if he's got a physical damage core carry on his team, which Ursa isn't the best at as far as going late game. So I think Thug just says, like, we got to fight, and that's why they're going to VP side of the map, because they want to be the ones fighting and dictating tempo, and also they want to be the ones pushing out lanes because that secures them Roche. By having all the lanes pushed out, it's very difficult for VP to stop a Roche from happening. We haven't seen a single Roche contested yet by VP, although actually, it doesn't look like it's going to change. Third Roche coming up soon could just be another freebie. Although, for once, VP are pushed out on the map. This is the first time I feel like we've seen VP on Finham's side.
It really does feel like that. Finham wanting to fight here. We've got Thug leading him with the Shiva's guards. Drown to Lil will be held back by the destruction from Solo. Demonic Purge, but it's onto an illusion. And Finham, can they try and chase down for a kill? It looks like with the eyes onto Solo, they'll get a Shadow Demon out of this. Already the rest of VP just splitting and getting themselves the hell out. No one TP's out in the tree line.
Drown
to the side, Ramses in a lot of trouble. They've still got the lasso, so no chance of Ramses to TP out. And he'll join Solo on the sidelines, and he's down for 70 seconds. No buyback as well on Drow, so a huge loss there for VP.
They can't really push up the lanes that well without the Ags Maelstrom. Invoker, not bad. He is instantly pushing at that mid lane to try and deter Finham from going for that big push. But I think Finham are happy just to take those kills, back off and farm, and secure next Roshan, which has respawned. So this is probably telling his team, like, let's not go for any... Like, there's tier 2 towers. There's unlikely to get a high ground here. Ursa just wants to keep fighting or keep continuing to secure Roche.
Yeah, they really do. They want to keep fighting here. Lil. Let's see if they're going to lead him. Minara comes forward. They've caught out Lil, and he is down. Ad Finum getting really scary now. Gem again trading hands. We see this Gem go back and forth pretty much 4 times, it feels like, so far this game. A lot of back and forth action from the Gem. The pressure being put on now by Ad Finum on this bottom lane. I mean, we've seen the willingness of Thug to dive tier 4s and such.
Yep, they're not done. Axe is dead. They want to force some action. Play aggressive Ad Finum Dota. Definitely a fun variety to watch, and they are on the high ground, ready to go. Even with Ursa's soon-to-be completed BKB, they say, we can do this anyways, but with one respawn and the Axis coming up soon, it looks like finally they will decide to back off. They could look to kind of turn around with a smoke play here, but it's like a higher risk play than going for the Roche, which is Aegis and Cheese this time around. You'll have a BKB on your Ursa, which means he can get out of the silence now. So he's got silence. He's got the BKB out of the silence. He's got the Aghanim Scepter, so he can enrage out of the stuns. Very, very tough to fight Madara. And it's not even Madara you've got to worry about. If anything, Thug is probably going to do more hero damage in a team fight. If you focus everything, all your disables, and your just annoying spells on the Ursa, it's the Timbersaw who's going to destroy you.
Oh, the drop of Sun Strike in, but as you said again, just VP with no one in the area to do anything about this. Aegis to Madara, Cheese Spartan.
Yep. Not sure what Madara does, because he's kind of slot limited now as far as taking the BKB. Has to drop. Okay, he's going to drop the Mask of Madness, but this kind of limits his aggressive potential, but ultimately BKB is going to allow him to do damage, whereas Mask of Madness doesn't help when you're cold snapped and silenced and whatnot.
I mean, the thing is, even though we've seen the last few fights go badly for VP, no one's really got an Axe Octarine complete. And they obviously do have this Axe Maelstrom build on Ramses. VP can do a lot of damage if they find the setup and if Ad Finum are grouped up. It just seems that recently, Ad Finum, they've been the ones with the jumps. The fact that Thug's just been able to kind of split VP apart as he gets behind them in these team fights.
Yeah, for sure.
So VP certainly do still have a chance. It's just kind of whether Ad Finum group up and give them that chance.
And their catch gets scarier as we see Skylark working an Aghanim Scepter. They've got this Aegis Cheese, so they can just go diving for kills. I mean, VP's trying to just work on trades as they push out the bottom lane, but it's really their high ground they're going to have to worry about soon, so Ad Finum just want to keep going for kills. They've even TP'd Thug. Thug's actually going to look for the picks at bottom lane. It's really nice that your Timbersaw can be the one TPing back and can cancel TPs, but ultimately it doesn't look like he finds anyone. Oh, they've seen Solo. That's a kill.
Yeah, he's got a TP, but of course, as we said, Thug with the Yules should be able to make for the solo. Has no escape.
Let's say if he took that, that'd be a 6 play, but nope.
More Bloodstone charges for Thug, up to 19 now.
Yep, he's going to have an Ags as well, it looks like, as he picks up a couple components. Everything well in the world of Ad Finum for now. They're back up in that big gold lead. 12,000 gold, Aegis and Cheese. And that just kind of means they've got all the tools they need to succeed. I mean, this is where Thug, with his damage up in a team fight, gets a bit silly. But it's the high-level late-game Invoker that you kind of look at for VP as far as carrying them through the late game. Drow Ranger with the Ags. Maelstrom can always push out lanes. You could be down multiple lanes of Rax and still be have no issues dealing with it. So VP have some decent late game potential.
No one trying to split push up top. There'll be a scan actually from Ad Finum. As they do send a few of them up here, but no one a little too speedy, and with the TP should be able to get himself out, no problem.
Yeah, back going across the entire tree line to try and see what he can find. May actually find Lil if he keeps going. I imagine he will. This is a really nice play back can do because it's so common to be hiding there.
Jumps in. Yeah, he's not getting out of this one.
Wait for the track? No, they're not going to do so. They should have just left him there, stopped right-clicking him, and they actually get down a nice little observer or two over those trees. It's such a common play for the Radiant team to be trying to split push top in those trees. That having a ward up there in this position, when you're ahead as a dire team, the Radiant team's always trying to split push your top lane, so they're doing everything they can to deal with it. Wouldn't mind seeing Bat even pick up a Boots of Travel, but he looks like he wants to finish the Ag Scepter first. I guess there's definitely arguments for both here.
I do guys. It certainly seems like just recently, Ag Scepter has gone up in terms of Batrider players' minds, in terms of viability. because we are seeing the strengths of it in pro games, and it's just getting built a lot more nowadays.
No, we've seen it win some crazy games, crazy fights around that Roche pit. It's one of those most dangerous places we've seen it.
Up top, no one playing around with Doug. Actually jumping forward for this. Has to be a bit careful though. I guess with the invis. No, they've got the gem.
Yeah.
I mean, the Skylark's not going to make the jump.
Must have thought. He didn't have the lasso. 8 seconds short. He'd used it up top. Would have been a kill, I believe.
Mid lane. Venom ready to start to push in. It is obviously relatively hard against this Axe Maelstrom Drow. That is one thing the VP can certainly do. Prolong this game. Even if they're losing tier 2s, it's going to be hard, the high ground pushes, unless they get big pickoffs. And Skylark looking for exactly that at the moment. Lil's going to try with the jumping in the cool. He's actually going to whiff it. So he won't get the catch out.
Bat misses his blink in return. All fair game here.
Actually, mid lane, a lot of damage being done to the Ursa. Backing off, they get a good duel onto the Dazzler. They may find more. They've got the cool onto the bounty. Demetrio coming down on third of MNT. MNT's out as well. And this is the problem really for Outfit, and VP have very good defense.
Yeah. Push is just not working right now,
and the push for VP certainly will. That's the thing as well. Outfit lose heroes. VP can just barrel down a lane and take a tier 2 very quickly.
Neither player with buyback, and it's the supports, but you need those supports. The track very useful. The Grave not exactly amazing this game, but Weave is very good. If you kill the Axe, the Grave becomes amazing, and this is suddenly looking like VP pressing forward there against an Aegis Cheese. They're down 12,000 gold. They say not a problem. Let's take some kills. Let's push out and thread high ground. We are the late game lineup, and they are definitely starting to show it. It gets Invoker up to level 20, so just 2 levels away from that AoE Deafening Blast now, and times are definitely getting better for this VP squad. Definitely a concern for Adfinum. That gets up an Acceptor. I'm kind of with you where I like that we're seeing it more and more. It just feels like having the boots of travel mobility, or the other big item is the BKB, would help him so much more. If he tries to blink lasso someone, he could just get instantly cold snap, tornadoed. There's a lot of annoying spells for him to have to deal with. Bottom lane, actually, it's Thug going in with Madara.
Actually going to get Symbiotic Purge, so holding him back. It's hard for Madara to get the job done. Thug will throw in the chakrams, but patch with the BKB, and now the potential turnaround. Lil gets the cool onto the Ursa, dragging him back in. He will blink out. Again, be careful. Okay, they get the lasso onto the Drow. Ramsey's dragged into the midst of it all. They're going to lose him. That's Drow. He does have buyback available. He may need to use it. Afton already looks to move in for more. Onto no one. He's going to get caught out. Has the ice wall chopped out to try and hold Afton back. There'll be a disruption trying to buy some time for no one. In fact, no one. He's going to live. And now the turnaround onto Thug. Thug may have gone in too deep with the cold snap, and the punches from Ramsey is too much damage for the Timbersaw. Now coming in with the tornado, trying to chase down for more. Look at the call onto the back, but jumps in, rips no on a new one. As he brings down the Invoker, they need to find more. And it looks like VP are the ones to continue to chase. Lil looking for Madara, held back by the Poison Touch of Spine. Ramsey's just forward, and again, VP with this huge defense, taking Adfinum to pieces.
Great late game blink. Ramsey's like, after respawning, he's just like, oh, we're buying back. He just buys a blink tag. It's like, okay, I've got all this extra money. There's a fight going on now. We're defending, but also starting to win this fight. I need to chase. Let's get a blink dagger. He chases down the extra kills, gets the Ursa thanks to it. Really nicely played by him. And that was just Thug going a bit too deep. The disrupted Invoker looked like a tasty kill that should be free, but he gets forced up immediately. He also slightly mistimed the Timber Chain. I don't imagine he gets the kill even with the Timber Chain. It just wouldn't have quite been enough damage output, and well, that was a Adfinum overcommitment, and that's another swing going back VP's way. Did require a buyback from Jar Ranger is the main thing, and that's where Adfinum perhaps will try and capitalize on that buyback being on cooldown during this phase of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the real question is can they? I mean, as we've seen, they can find the pickoff or two.
Yeah. Finding a lasso where the Legion isn't in position to purge it off, or a Shadow Demon Disruption is kind of the key thing here. We saw Skylark get a really nice initiation off there, found the Drow completely caught out with no protection, and then they almost get the Invoker to follow. That was definitely the ideal way to fight if you're at Finham, but they're not always going to be able to get those free lassos off.
Let's take a moment looking to kind of bait at the bottom. Spartan revealing himself, but Skylark indeed in the tree line. And it looks like they will fall for the bait potential VP. Little's going to move forward. And we'll
narrowly missed that scan, but they're all coming bottom now, yeah.
Yeah, VP, they're aware that something fishy is going on. Madara now jumping forward. They'll just go for the demonic purge and run, holding back the bear. And VP getting themselves the hell out of there. They'd much rather prefer to fight around their own high ground.
Will be a Roche up soon. Spartan is almost died. Those illusions and the Sunstrike potentially could have finished him off. He will scout out Roche immediately, so should be a free Roche, as we've seen before for Ad Finum, but by no means does a free Roche represent an ability to take the high ground fight. Curious to see if they swap up the Aegis to cheese allocation at this point. Not really possible for Thug to take anything because he's 6-slotted, but and I guess Ursa is still just like a great carrier of an Aegis, so have him drop his Mask of Madness again and maybe pick up like an Abyssal Blade and then go for the high ground with that. I say go for the high ground. It's not really a siege that they're looking for. It's just looking to dive the enemy base. That's really how their lineup functions. They go for kills, they don't go for buildings. Buildings are an afterthought.
Again, Ad Finum. 4th time in a row, getting the Roche. And heading down towards bomb. Already 2 TPing back up top. Looks like they want to try and defend against VP. Skylark already positioning himself in the tree line. No one and the boys moving forward. This is a hard fight for the two of Ad Finum to take. They're almost certainly going to want to avoid this. Actually going to look to lead in on to no one. They do get a nice 2-man lasso, but the purge is there. They've already lost the Dazzle. Oosp. I imagine that's meant to be an oops. So they have lost. Dazzle though on the side of Ad Finum. And they're still trying to fight. Thug's leading in. There's going to be the duel from Legion to hold him in place. They're focusing solo, taking the Shadow Demon out. Ramsey's turning, trying to push back the bear, but the bear proceeds onto Lil.
He's kind of 1v5 here. Doesn't matter if you got him in Aegis. If you're 1v5, you're dying twice.
They could kill him again.
Thug wants to go back in, but I don't think he can. He's going to have to leave.
This bear's out for a second time. There's no doubt about that. And Ad Finum now with 3 on the sidelines.
He's got no buyback. Disaster.
Oh no!
What did he buy? Did he buy the Abyssal? Yeah, he completed the Abyssal, but didn't even have it for the fight. Patch he's made some team fight winning plays with this press the attack. That's like the 3rd time I've seen him instantly purge off lasso this game.
Good against the lasso.
And often you'll see it like halfway through the lasso. No, he's getting it instantly. Like the less than half a second after the lasso is being used, he's purging it off.
Yeah, VP just capitalizing on Ad Finum's mistakes here, and obviously with the push, absolutely brutal, fighting through backdoor protection, the damage that they've got.
Yeah, they may continue this one with the Ursa still dead there. It's tough because they don't realize Ursa has buyback. If they knew Ursa had buyback, they'd probably go for this, but they didn't see him complete the Abyssal Blade. If anything, they just saw him with the same old items he's had for like 20 minutes, and they're thinking, okay, Ursa's got buyback. If you push high ground, guess what happens? You get lassoed, you get pulled to the tier 4 towers, Ursa buys back, and suddenly you've lost 3 or 4 heroes. So VP not having the info that they need, of course, are not going to try and break high ground, and as a result, Ad Finum will get away with Ursa not having a buyback. And you can't even try and force that buyback, because forcing the buyback is death. So the logic there for VP is sound, that it's not worth trying to break through.
But still, we're seeing what we expected from the draft. You know, VP win a fight, they could put on so much pressure. You know, even fighting through backdoor protection. If Ad Finum win a fight, you know, they have to dive towers for it. Yep. And even when they do that, in terms of actually taking the towers out of VP's hands, it's incredibly hard for them with this lineup.
Yeah, these fights, the Drow illusions from the Shadow Demon starting to do massive damage as well. The Aghanim split shot is just destroying Ad Finum. And it's definitely proven to be very, very difficult for Ad Finum to fight late game. They don't have a way of team fighting outside of getting a good, clean lasso initiation off, and that's so easily countered by either press the attack, Lincoln Spheres. They've got numerous tools that they can use. They want to fight bottom, though. There's no Legion here.
They'll go in. They will grab the axe. Immediate disruption. Thug turning up, looking to find this fight for Ad Finum. Madara coming into the front of it. It's going to be Jordan. In fact, Jordan nearly taken down. The dog comes too early, though, so he lives through it. It's a 1-for-1, 2 supports dropping. Madara still alive. Finally falls, though. VP to take the 2 of them, and now maybe more. They're focusing Thug. They've got the cold snap. Have they got the damage? That's the question. Over the EMP and the cold snap just holding in place. He's got to kill himself. Thug knocks himself out, but they've lost 3. The tornado from no one, catching out Skylark. They chase in, get the call with the axe, racks. And again, VP taking these fights absolutely beautifully. And again, it's ones that Adfin themselves are trying to force the issue, and it's just not working out. They've got 3 heroes down without buyback. The push is going to come in hard from VP. And at this stage, it's really looking hard to see how Adfin can bring this one back round and turn it into a win.
Yeah, this panel, or Pycat was right to give his faith to No One's Invoker. He has made some big plays this game. Really bought VP a lot of time, and the whole team has played well. The supporting cast has done a great job of negating the Batrider, and Adfin in trouble.
Thug, again, just jumps in off the front line, trying to disrupt the push of VP. Rams is ignoring him, just going for the racks here on the bottom lane. They'll get the duel again, another win for Pasha. And it is looking incredibly hard for Adfin now at this stage of the game. VP on towards the mid. Adfin still with heroes, out for the count. And this is the problem. VP can just get so much done. Ramsey's with insane attack speed and insane damage as well. 400 plus. 2 sets of racks clean, taken from Adfin. They may have one last fight in them to defend this top lane, but it is going to be such a hard defense, as we're seeing already. Thug looking for the jump in, trying to bring Lil out of the fight, but Lil gets himself away in time. Now Madara jumps in, focuses the Shadow Demon. There's the call from Lil. He's actually saving the life of Solo, but he costs him his own. They'll lose the axe. Ramses across the BKB trying to run. Madara trying to chase him down, but the Ice Wall kiting him up for no one. There'll be a buyback from Axe. They go with the duel, but Pasha, he's not winning this duel. Adfin, they've got Scarlet Bun and Bug in the neighborhood. They'll turn it around. They'll take down Pasha. Adfin holding on to the top lane for the time being.
I actually think we're at that point where Bat just needs to go on the Legion. He's the ideal target for the lasso, because that means he's not purging the lasso off of himself. He's lassoed as it is. The only save then is the disruption, and Shadow Demon is often using disruption on the Drow to make illusions, is often just having to sit very far back. So I think you could perhaps change your approach to fights and start looking for that Legion commander if you're in Skylark's shoes. But as it is, it's 4 racks now for VP's favor. They've managed to break through in the late game against Adfin, and Adfin, well, they've got their work cut out for them if they are to win this game. Their lineup just doesn't really function that well in the late game. They don't hit buildings well. They are really just getting kited around in these fights. It's not just the Ursa getting kited. We're seeing the Timbersaw get kited as well. The Gus plus the Cold Snap just destroying him, and with all the magic damage from the Tesla Ranger, it's not a problem dealing with the high armor from the weaved up Timbersaw.
Mid lane. Adfin now.
Feels very all in. But I say that they may just opt to back off soon, but with 5 seconds of no Legion, here comes the TP onto the bat.
Solo trying to jump in, but Thug coming in on the back lines, immediately focusing down Ramses. Madara getting the face of the Drow as well, with the BKB and the purge off from Pasha, allowing Ramses to back himself away. Madara trying to turn towards no one, but the disarms there. No one knocking back the Ursa. They'll go for the duel onto the Timbersaw, but the Grace comes down in time. Thug's going to be able to get himself out. They will get the dunk down onto Ursa, taking down the Dazzle as well. The rest of Adfin on the retreat. Pasha's
Potential
hunting,
Sunstrike.
looking for Thug.
Does he go for it?
Could he get his way up? Pasha falls forward. MNC not going to reveal himself.
Oh, he's
Knows
not
that he
going
could
for the
just escape.
Sunstrike. You can see him. Go for it. Invoker. He's too healthy now.
Yeah, they're going to go for the push. They know that Adfinum's at a weak spot. Skylark has brought Thug in though with the upgraded boosted travel, and that's a big kill if they can get him. But Ramsey, he's not stuck. He's stuck on the high ground. The tornado comes through no one. Can they keep Ramsey alive? They can't. He's down for 110 seconds. Now with the demonic purge on Thug though, VP are still looking to find the better fight, and they do. They get the Timbersaw.
He's got no buyback
3 out.
too.
And again, this is the opening that VP need to come in on the top lane. With only 2 heroes alive for Adfinum, no chance of defending these racks.
It's should be game over with Mega Creeps at this point. I mean, we talked about Adfinum's line doesn't really hit buildings. They also don't hit creeps and push out lanes all that well outside of the Timbersaw now that we're here at 51 minutes in, and it's a big problem.
No one?
He's alright, surely. Yeah, he's alright.
Killing them in the morning, he goes down. Lil actually might fall as well. I mean, I don't think they can throw this game, can they?
Nah.
Is this still throwable for VP?
Ramses means business. He's not even buying back. He's like, alright, guys, discipline. We just died back on the axe. Let's not die back some more. You kind of look at this and you're like, how are they actually going to push it? You could all die back right now and it wouldn't matter because they can't really push their lanes easily.
That really is the thing.
They have to push their lanes against Mega Creeps. Then they have to hit buildings with these heroes, with an Ursa and Timbersaw. You're not hitting buildings. You're not pushing your lanes. It's I want to say pretty unlosable for VP. They'd have to give up a lot of kills. It'd take like 20 deaths at this point or something. Having all 5 of their heroes down for like 2 minutes because they died back would be like the only way. And there we go. Ursa picks up a Maelstrom.
There you go. Time to kill
desperate
creeps.
times. Yep.
Oh boy. But I think at the end of the day, it's just, as you said, Venom drafted to get the kills. I mean, they did, but the thing is, so did VP. And in terms of training kills, kind of moving on this game at the same rate, you're going to lose out if you're Venom. Look down bottom, just play around with no one.
Yeah.
No one a little bit scared. Timmy Chain's not going to hit, so no chance of the chase down. Doesn't have any detection on himself there, of course. Thug has to be careful. They're bringing in a lot. Thug's got to get himself the hell out of here. With the quick blink, he may just do so. Patchy continues to chase. And Thug, he will be able to get himself back to safety, but only just.
They're still chasing. Solo.
Oh.
Ooh.
Madar, looking for the solo kill. Solo. He's going to disrupt himself. With the Shiva's got damage, they'll take it. That's going to be one. BKB now as they turn towards no one. They get the bash. No one. But BKB turns around with the Deadly Blast, knocking them all back. Ramsey's pummeling into the Ursa. He'll be forced back to safety though.
He's trapped. He's on the cliff.
Skylark with the lasso. And jumps back in. Oh, they found a second. Add Venom.
They can jump in Invoker. This would be big, but again, their base. Well, this is what Mega Creeps do. You think you're winning a fight, then you forget, oh wait, we have 3 lanes to worry about.
Yeah, damn point. They've actually jumped back in onto Ramses. But no one. Yeah, he's going for the base. He's going for the base.
This is where it's kind of hopeless. There's a big creep wave hitting the throne now.
Nice.
It's not going to end right now unless that Venom call it, but realistically, it's still that very... I was going to say very difficult, but really it's near impossible game to win. He's dropping Ag Scepters in front of the Madara Ursa. He's baiting him in, saying, come at me, bro. Will he hit the Sunstrike? No. That would have been the ultimate style and swag play from no one.
Yeah, no one is... He's the...
Jumped on.
The Evoker?
Give him the question mark. Oh no, he's actually going to get out.
He's going to get out.
He got it.
The Ancient Falls. Edge. They tried their best out of him at the end, and they're not a team known for giving up. That's something you got to give them.